Hey yo, welcome back everyone to the stream, and if you saw the title, then, well, basically, since I've got nothing to do, you can ask me anything, and I'll see if I can answer, really, since, I don't really have anything else much to do, so, let's see who comes in. So my brother's here. I'm just gonna see who else is here. I just want to see because I thought this was human. Hey, Ski, thank you for coming to the stream. I didn't think much people would, honestly, after like the first couple of seconds. But yeah, thanks for coming, though. Yes, you were. Yeah, you were the first person here. So let's get the stream going. So, like I said, just ask me anything. So, like I said, just ask me anything, since, like, I'm trying to... You already know that, but the San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers are a favorite NFL team. Okay, just give me a minute while I'm actually... How many wins will Akron get? Lowest -1, high -1, 0, and highest 3. Highest 3 and 9, because wait, let me get their schedule though. Honestly, I don't see any possible. Wait, okay. So they lose to Auburn, lose to Temple, beat Bryant, lose to Ohio State, lose to Ohio, lose to Bowling Green, lose to Miami, lose to Buffalo, lose to Ball State, lose to Western Michigan. Maybe they beat Kent State. And then, so one win. I think they got 1-11 because I don't really know who's Bryant. Oh, Bryant, FCS team. So that's the one win. Honestly, though. The Ravens are going to be better. However, I think both will miss the playoffs, though. But I mean, speaking of... Hey, Kennedy, thank you for coming to the stream. I'm going to put this out a bit so I can just see, because I really have nothing else to do, so I might as well, just have this ask me questions stream. So since I really don't have that much to do. Let's see what else. All right. Just bring me anything. I'd like something. Well, just bring me anything, and Yes, we do. All right, so we have 4 viewers. That's pretty good. Hey, Seahawks Bowl fan Gordo, thank you for coming to the stream. Football. Do you have a sport? Yes, I do have one. I think I have a soccer one. Yes, I do have a soccer one from FC Barcelona. Yeah, I do have one. It's in my closet right now. It's in my closet right now. But yeah, I do have one. NIU, I think they're gonna go 7-5, even though that wasn't a question though. But I think they're gonna go 7-5. Let me check NIU football schedule though, because I think they can do good. L to Georgia Tech, win against Wyoming, win against Michigan because Michigan sucks now, win against Maine, win against Eastern Michigan, win against Toledo, win against Bowling Green, lose to Central Michigan, win against Kent State, lose to Ball State, lose to Buffalo, win against Western Michigan. So I think that would be 8-4, but I mean, this schedule is, I think they can make a bowl game this year. I think I watched, I'm not really sure, I don't really remember which one it was. I think I watched football when I was 4 for the first time. A Green Bay Packers game, I think it was, when we were watching. So yeah, I think it was because I think it was football when I was 3 or 4. Yeah, it was a Green Bay Packers game in the 2014 playoffs. I'm pretty sure it was. That was the game where Dez didn't catch the ball. Like, well, he caught the ball, but like, favorite Warriors player. Let me think. I guess Stephen Curry is the greatest 3-point shooter that anyone has ever seen all time. I think he's my favorite player that I could think of. My favorite player that I could think of. That is my favorite of all time. Honestly, I think he would be my favorite player. So honestly, yeah, I think that should have happened though. Let me check because my chat doesn't update that fast, so maybe someone's already typed here. I'm not really sure though, because maybe something here already, but am I? Oh, those are 2 different sports, so I can't really answer that question because they play in 2 different separate sports, so I can't really answer that question because there's a correlative question. So. Give me a minute.
So what is the process in this is I'm going to open a new work order in the same claim. If the technician confirms that it's the same failure,
So I was playing basketball.
you don't have to pay the service code.
Oh, nice. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. If there are kids here, that's pretty good. That's pretty good though, honestly. Let me see what. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty good, honestly.
The new work order to the Astro
See.
company, and I'm sending it to your email address as well. Okay.
I don't think they play this year. Let me check the Ravens schedule. No, I don't think they play this year.
24 to 48 hours is when they usually go. If you want it, you can call them.
Oh yeah, they do. They play on this November. That's like in 5 months, but I mean, from hindsight, the Ravens, I guess, but that's in 5 months. I can't really be sure of that answer either, honestly. But it's sort of a hindsight, really. So. We did pretty good in drafting. I think James Wiseman can become a. I'm gonna pause the stream for a minute. Okay, I'm back. So I think we did pretty good in drafting. I think James Wiseman can be a pretty good center. Like, I think he can be a pretty good center. Like, we needed a year to rebuild the team, and I think that was a pretty good draft pick. The Cleveland Browns. I actually have the Cleveland Browns as the number 1 seed. Honestly, I actually have the Cleveland Browns as the number 1 seed. I think let me check their schedule again. Let me check their schedule. Because honestly, I think well, I play week 1 against the Chiefs, but I mean, honestly, they can go 15-2, and the losses would be Chiefs and Ravens once. I think is what's going to happen.
What happened? What happened, Mom?
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I think the Chiefs would be a loss, and same with the Ravens. But 15-2 for the Browns, AFC North winners. I think that's what's gonna. I think Browns are gonna win the AFC North, and second would be. The second would be honestly the Ravens. Third. The Cardinals, the Cardinals, because they drafted Saban Collins, if I'm not wrong. They drafted. I mean, he's good, but he wasn't. I don't think he was supposed to pick up that early, or the Bengals, because they basically just said, "Okay, Burrow, we're not going to protect you ever again, and we're just going to draft another wide receiver for no real reason." But yeah, it can be. I think the Cardinals with Saban Collins, like they needed, like he's good, but I don't think he was supposed to go that early. Or the football team with Jamin Davis, he wasn't supposed to go that early either. The Giants, it surprised me that they took Kadarius Toney. However, it makes some sort of sense. So movie. I guess. Let me think about that. I guess I liked High School Musical. Not really sure if I have a real favorite one though. Not really sure if I had a real favorite one though, but I mean, I liked High School Musical, all three of them. Like I liked a lot of Disney movies, to be honest. However, I don't think I actually had a favorite one specifically. Okay, just give me a minute.
Supposed to be another screw was just.
So let me see what else.
That caused unfortunately more damage to the unit.
Okay, so let me see what else. If there's anything else here, give me a minute. Hey Nathan, thank you for coming to the stream. I mean, I'm already live streaming, but maybe gaming videos, I don't know, honestly. I got all the time to do stuff. I've got all the time to really do stuff since I got all the time to do stuff since I have 3 vacation months of school. To be fair, the Raiders needed O-line, and I think the football team, I don't think Jamin Davis was supposed to go that early, or Zaven Collins. I think the Cardinals and the football team might have taken 2 L's there. But the Raiders, they needed O-line, so, I mean, Leatherwood is pretty good, so I'm not really surprised for that pick.
Thank you for calling First American. My name is Martin. How may I help you?
Okay, so, but Alex Leatherwood, I mean, he's good. I mean, he's pretty good. I thought he was a first rounder, not that early. I thought he was going to be one of the 20s picks. Maybe the Vikings take him instead of Darisaw. Hey, Junior, thank you for coming to the stream. Actually, this is the highest viewership that the stream has had so far. But yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. However, speaking of Alex Leatherwood, I think he was going to go later in the draft, not like fall down hard, but I mean, thought he was going to go in the 20s picks. maybe, I mean, in the 20s picks, I thought he was going to go off the board. Not that early, I think. Over, but good point. I mean, I honestly think it's a good point. 35. Let me check who picked up 35. Well, the Broncos. The Broncos picked up 35 for a running back. So, I mean, I'm not sure if the Broncos still pass up on said running back, Javonte Williams, or I mean, maybe Bears take him at 39 or something. Hey AJ, thank you for coming to the stream. A video game. Madden. I think Madden's my favorite video game, even though it's super like even though it's like weird stuff can happen in it. Weird stuff can happen in it. Like one time I punted the ball and it like hit the wall. Like it literally hit the wall and then I broke a lot of equipment. It ended up having to pay a fine to the Dolphins because of that screw up. Like I tried to punt it out of bounds or. But that's what happened though. Leather with a second rounder, honestly, I could see that. Late first rounder is what I expected, but early second. Which Madden? My favorite Madden, I think, like there was on Madden Mobile. This was the option that they gave me to like have this quarterback, I think it was, and then you could like go in like a unknown football tournament or something, like the Yard, I think it was that. And the Madden that I had the glitch where I punted the ball and it hit a lot of equipment was Madden Mobile 14, I think it was, or 15, I'm not really sure, but it was either of those ones where I like literally just punted the ball and then it like hit a camera, it broke some part of the studio, like Madden just glitched. The Madden just glitchy in that moment. And 2021 college football schedule. Let me check which is the most recent game. First one. So the earliest game is going to be Hawaii UCLA on the 28th of August. There's also Nebraska, Illinois, Southern Utah, San Jose State, UConn, Fresno State, and UTEP, New Mexico State, all on week 0. And then week 1, the first game on week 1 is UAB, Jacksonville State on Wednesday. So those are the games, you know. Favorite land animal, the penguin, and favorite sea animal, the shark. But I think I already told you this though. But once. Especially since you're my brother, so I mean, you already know. So this is what I would answer to some of the stuff. But oh yeah, okay. Speaking of football schedules, the UCLA football schedule just came out. Well, I got. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's honestly pretty cool, and that's honestly pretty cool actually. And speaking of 2021 college football schedules, give me a minute. So UCLA's football schedule actually came out. Yeah, the spring game is not going to be until May 27th, which is ironic. And then we get like this order is weird, honestly. Like, This stretch is going to be hard. These 14-day stretch is going to be hard. You have to play at Washington, home against Oregon, then at Utah. That's going to be probably 3 L's in that stretch. However, to be fair, we get, well, of course, LSU is hard, but I mean, like we get a more relaxed first 6-game slate, and then we get probably 3 L's straight. So I think that's what's going to happen, honestly. Because we have to play those games and the hardest opponents on the schedule are that fast. So yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. Hey Landon, thank you for coming to stream. Interesting. Probably I'm gonna be streaming once every 2 days maybe, and have a video every other day, like having a video on the days that I don't stream, and maybe days that I do stream as well if I find the time to do that as well. because yeah, I have most of all the time in the world. Just I need to like find how I can film and stuff like that because it is possible to do so. Let me see what else. Just give me a minute. All right, reacting videos. All right, that's cool. Okay, that's cool. And just give me a minute while I'm just looking for. Okay, so how long is my summer break? From now, well, more specifically from the 14th to August. So like mainly August like 12th something I think is when we're coming back. I'm not really sure when we're going to be coming back exactly, but I guess that like usually around the 12th, 18th range, so 3 months. The Giants 6-11 or 7-10. Let me check that schedule though. I think they're gonna go 6-11 or 7-10. Honestly, let me see. So they're going to lose to the Broncos, win against the football team. Falcons is a toss-up, honestly. Lose to the Saints, lose to the Cowboys, lose to the Rams, beat the Panthers, lose to the Chiefs by 20 plus, beat the Raiders, lose to the Bucks, beat the Eagles, lose to the Dolphins, lose to the Chargers, beat the Cowboys, beat the Eagles, lose to the Bears, and lose to the football team is what I think is going to happen. I don't like. I think they're like. I don't think it's going to be that good of a year for the Giants. However, despite that, I think they could show some signs of improvement considering last year's record. Because honestly, I think they should do better next year, considering that this year wasn't that. Oh, they finished second in the NFC East. My bad. So it would be worse, in my opinion. But anything can happen. Honestly, anything can happen for the Giants this year. But 7-10 at best, honestly. 10-7. I mean that could happen. That could happen. Just like I think like if some of the games go your way, then honestly that could happen. If some of the games that you have could go, if they go your way, like specifically they go your way, like you can win if you win games, then I think that could happen. 7-10 wins. We have the easiest schedule out of all of the NFC West. Honestly, I think the ceiling is who's your favorite team out of all your favorite teams? My favorite team, all my favorite teams. Let me think. Probably the 49ers because I've been following them. Like, well, not like following them, but I mean, I get to watch more of their games more than any other team, except probably the Dodgers, since I think those are the two teams that I'm able to watch the most out of all my favorite teams. However, I think the 49ers, honestly. Speaking about the 49ers schedule, like we have the easiest schedule out of all the NFC West teams, actually. So I think the ceiling can be 13-4, and the floor is 7-10 because, like, the floor is basically if we get a lot of injuries and stuff. So that would be the definition of the floor. However, I think we can finish second in the West because NFC West because first place is going to be the Rams. The Rams are going to finish first in that division, honestly. So I mean that can happen. I mean, honestly, that would be like in the middle of what I actually had for predictions because, well, honestly, I could see that happening because after all, like it's an unpredictable season. We're in the hardest division of football, so Rams, Hawks, Cards, Niners. Yeah, that makes sense. The Seahawks, I mean, they could. The defense and the O line are positions that they really need to improve. Honestly. However, then again, they've made the playoffs successfully with. They have made the playoffs successfully these last 2 seasons and really good records with like the O line and defense they have. So I'm pretty confident I'll make it again. Actually, like there's no stopping that. Well, not like no stopping that team. I mean, like if I had to use that choice of words, but I mean like they, considering they made the playoffs twice with one of the worst defenses and O lines consecutively, I think they could make it again. To be honest with you, the Rams should go. I think they're going to go 15-2. But I think the Rams are going to go 15-2. Let me check that schedule though. Yeah, I don't see any major problem with them not going. All right, that sounds good. Honestly, I don't see that much. Honestly, I don't see that hard of a Rams schedule, even though they have some pretty tough opponents. However, I think they go 15-2 and win the NFC. I think they're winning NFC. The best team this year. Well, I have I think the Browns. The Browns could be the best team this year. They're really good now. And I think they can manage their schedule. Like, I have them as the 1 seed, more of a hot take than anything. Like, I think they're gonna be the 1 seed as a hot take more than anything, since the Chiefs are there after all. You have the Bills there as well. Like, you have the Bills there as well. Maybe the South winner can challenge for that 1 spot. I'm not really sure. So let me see. So the Cleveland Browns. Speaking of the Browns, they actually have. Let me see. Here they have they'll get to play back-to-back games against the same opponent, and they would play Baltimore, and then they would host in Baltimore, and then they would play again in Week 14. So, and it was last time that happened was 1991 when the Chargers and Seahawks did that. Worst team this year, Lions, no doubt about that. However, I think the Lions and Texans are both going to go 0-17. However, the Lions are going to have the worst season. I think the Texans will have more closer games than the Lions. One thing though, if the 49ers lose to Jared Goff again and the Lions cancel the season, because we are not going to do anything if we cancel. If we lose to the Lions, just cancel the season at that point, because we shouldn't be losing to them. Because, Texans or Lions, either is going to be the worst team. Honestly, I think that's going to happen. Because honestly, I think it's Lions or Texans. Really sure. Let's see. I think that could happen. However, the Lions took a hit this offseason. They lost the Stafford trade. That was a huge L. The Eagles, that could happen as well. They're in a rebuild process. They're in a pretty good rebuild. They're in a rebuild process right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles landed the number 1 pick as well. However, if the Eagles landed number 1, I think they take Thibodeau 1 as opposite to the Texans or Lions, which in that case they would take QB or something. Yeah, they do. However, that's the other than that, I don't remember. Other than that and Goff, there isn't really any thing that gives any sign of, like just having them like the Lions doing anything good. There isn't any positive sign other than drafting Sewell, which the only reason why Sewell was on the board was because the Bengals decided to take Jamar Chase instead of Sewell, and that is something that I saw there. So I mean, I think that's what's gonna happen there. Oh, speaking of it, they lost Kenny. Yeah, they lost 2 weapons. But yeah, they lost Kennedy to the Giants. And let me check where Marvin Jones went to. But he went to the Jaguars. Okay. So yeah, so I mean, to be fair, I've liked to see Devonta Smith. I mean, I had Devonta Smith at number 3 actually before the Dolphins traded down. I had Devonta Smith at 3 as the Dolphins pick. Maybe he wasn't supposed to go that high, but I mean, like, I honestly would have liked to see him there. And speaking about the Lions, maybe they should have done that. However, then again, Sewell was just as good of a pick, honestly. Because I think that's what's going to happen. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, I think Smith should have gone higher than Waddle, but I understand why Waddle went higher than Smith. However, I actually had Smith at number 3. I think it was. I think it was that year. Smith number 3. That was, and the week before the draft, you added to the Lions. All right, that makes sense. That made sense. Sewell going way higher. I had Sewell at 5. Because the Bengals were going to. Because we all thought the Bengals were going to make the right pick there. Well, I mean, Chase is still a good player, but they need to protect their quarterback in order to have a chance to. Because it doesn't matter if you have all wide receivers, you have no O-line, you can't throw to the quarterback unless, of course, you're Russell Wilson and you can run around all the field and then just throw to any receiver that's open, because he has to do that every single game. Like top 5, yeah, I think everyone had Sewell top 5. Honestly. Honestly, I think Sewell should have gone number 5, or maybe the Dolphins took it. Well, before the Dolphins traded down, then if they didn't trade down, then maybe they could have taken Sewell as well. But I think wide receiver was more of a need. And then again, Sewell was everyone had Sewell at 5 because it was the Bengals. And well, in the end, that call surprises because that's surprised. I think that surprised everyone. Honestly, because that's what what specifically happened. So yeah, I think that's gonna happen. Same. That's exactly what I had. The problem was that he decided to say that. He had epilepsy or something like that before a couple of weeks before the draft. I get he was trying to be honest, but like that kind of dropped his stock a bit. And I think that's honestly what happened in that situation. From a personal perspective, but yeah, I think that's I think that's. Honestly, that's how it played out. I think the Giants did a pretty good move trading down after they lost a chance to get Devonta Smith. Then they realized they could trade for some picks. yes, there were some reports that Scout, like, ever since the offseason, even though Justin Fields did nothing, like, he did nothing to decrease his stock was just randomly falling down. Like, honestly, I don't know how it happened, to be completely honest with you. Speaking of the Kadarius Toney pick, I think that was pretty good. However, let's say, for example, if the Eagles don't trade up with the Cowboys and the Cowboys pick someone who is not Devonta Smith, I think the Giants get Devonta Smith, which honestly would have been a better wide receiver. And then at the 20 or the pick wherever you were, I think it would have been more sense to draft O-line because you already missed out on Devonta Smith. However, you still drafted a good wide receiver, which was you still drafted a good wide receiver. We would have gone O-line if it was in that position. And the trade down, I think you could get some good value out of that trade, especially if Fields does not pan out the way that the Bears would hope for. I'm not asking for that, but I'm not asking for that. I think, because I think that would have happened. I actually had Rashawn Slater 13th, and that actually it hit on board for the Chargers. And people, according to the Predict Pick NFL website, it says they had Micah Parsons to the Chargers. So it's like the user consensus, like the most results for like everyone, So that is what happened though. So that is what happened though. So yeah, and the pick that surprised me the most was, the thing that surprised me the most that Jeremiah Kolamora fell to the second round. The Chargers, I think they can make the playoffs this year. Honestly, if they have everything they need to make the playoffs. They have a really good quarterback. They drafted D-line. Yeah, so they had a pretty good. They have pretty good wide receivers. They could work on backup running back because after Austin Eckler, they don't really have a backup running back that is actually serviceable enough because they have Joshua Kelly. They have let me check there. Yes, and I only remember Joshua Kelly because he was UCLA running back. But speaking of that, they have let me see. So for running back, give me a minute. So for running back, they have Austin Eckler, then they have Justin Jackson, Joshua Kelly, and Larry Broomtree as a fourth string. Name some of the WRs. Okay. Keenan Allen. See. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I did see that. So let me see the Chargers. Some wide receivers. They have Keenan Allen. They have Mike Williams. They have I think they had Justin Jackson as a wide receiver. No, it was Jalen Guyton, and even then he's the third string. So I remember two starters and a third string. And now I'm just looking at the Chargers depth chart. They also have Josh Palmer, Tyron Johnson, Joe Reed, KJ Hill, Jason Moore, John Hurst, and Eli Stove are the wide receivers for the Chargers this year. The Raiders, not really, but I think Leatherwood should have been lower, like maybe a low first round. Honestly, is what I had him as to be completely honest. Honestly, I had him at. To be completely honest, I had Leatherwood in the low 20s, and according to the NFL pick website, some people had him as 32nd pick to the Buccaneers, but that didn't happen. Had Liam Eschenberg in the first round. That, of course, did not happen either. But I think that let's see. Elijah Vera, he was pretty good. So I'm not surprised that he went in the first round. But you went the 14th pick. Oh yeah, I didn't see that. So he went in the 14th pick. So he was a two-time All Pac-12 selection. So I'm not really surprised at that. Honestly, I don't think so. Yamin Davis, I haven't heard much. Well, I mean, I know he's a pretty good player. If you know that case, in that case of getting drafted in the first round, because not everyone can say, "Oh, I got drafted in the first round." But Yamin Davis, I don't think he did. I don't think that was a really good pick, especially at 19th. He ran a 440 on his dash, so that's pretty good. Well, 448. Yeah, they just traded. That was a pretty good pick. It was for the Jets. It was a pretty good pick for the Jets, honestly. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, I think yeah, that was a pretty good pick for the Jets, especially when they get O-line. They got the second best quarterback in the class. They got the best O-line in the class. Well, not best O-line, probably second or third best O-line in the class. I just forgot. I forgot. Penei Sewell was for second there, but yeah, it was pretty good there. Oh, and I had my Yamar Chase and Penei Sewell picks messed up. Thank you, Bengals. Like the Bengals messed that up. Like I had, let me see here. So I had Sewell at 5 and Chase at 7. I had Chase at 7 really, so that was so the Bengals doing that just robbed me from a lot of points there. Honestly, there, but some people had Justin Fields to the Lions, and the NFL experts had Trey Lance to the Lions.
Okay.
So yeah, so hey Nick Gurr, thank you. Hey Nick Gurr, wherever you, because I saw someone here. Just wanted to say hi because well, someone asked me to, but I just want to say hi. And yeah, continue back to the stream. Yeah, sure. Just hi Nick Gurr. Let me see what the rest of the stream. Give me a minute.
Which is of course way different to the price that you can have from the store, right?
Give me a minute while I'm just still because there isn't.
Okay, so let me go to that. Provided to you, so
I think it should. I mean, it was pretty good. Evan Mobley to the Rockets. If the Rockets get the number 1 pick, then they're gonna. If that's only if the Rockets don't get the number 1 pick, because that's only if the Rockets don't get the number 1 pick. Because if the Rockets get the number 1 pick, then they're gonna obviously go Cade Cunningham. Whoever gets the number 1 pick is gonna go Cade Cunningham. That's for sure. So Link is gonna sign and trade. Yeah, they're gonna go rebuild. They're gonna go rebuild for a long while, honestly. Like they're gonna finish last a lot, but maybe by 2021, maybe by 2026 they should be back.
And the whole away or the disposal of your unit. I have to inform them well that the unit is not retornable. And I have to inform it that.
Oh, all right. So all right. So give me a minute. Someone got accused for saying it. Oh.
Yes. No, they will call you to schedule it.
Detroit, they have the second best odds. So I mean, if they get K, that would be pretty good. Oh, I did not know that. I did not know that. But well, like I mean, I figured out like myself a couple seconds ago. But I mean, like.
I don't have any idea because
The World Series, the Dodgers. Dodgers, I mean, we've played pretty bad. Yes, I'm a Dodgers fan. I honestly played pretty bad recently. However, we started to get wins. We already have 4-game winning streak, I think it was. No, it's a 3-game winning streak. We play the Marlins today, so I think we can. I think we can win. Let me see. Dodgers or Red Sox. The Red Sox have been playing amazing baseball. The Red Sox have been playing amazing baseball. They're the only team. No, the White Sox are also above 600. I think the White Sox are the only team above 600 right now. No, it's the Giants as well with a 6.5 percentage. Over the lead is now only 2 games.
Straight from the manufacturer, so that's exactly what makes all the difference. Okay, so the process is completed. I'll just order the unit, and as I mentioned to you, they will call you.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna pass up on Cade, even if but I think it makes. I think it makes.
No.
If Detroit gets one, in that case, maybe they go Suggs unless he's the same position. Yeah. Give me a minute. Oh, he's point guard as well, so never mind. Yeah, okay. So Kate, let me see. Maybe Mobley or something. I'm not really sure. Right now, too. Yeah, the Rockies should finish last, or the Tigers. The Rockies or the Tigers, because the Rockies or the Tigers, honestly, because the Tigers are. Let me see. They're 13-25. I thought they were 5th in. Oh, it's the Twins who are the 5th. Okay, so they're 13-25, and the Rockies 15-24. So if the Rockies fall out of the top 3 or top 4, the Thunder gets the pick. Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. So if the Rockets basically they fall the top 3 or top 4, the Thunder gets the pick. Ooh, that's honestly interesting because that can shake up the entire draft if the lottery does not favor the Rockets in that aspect if they fall out of the top 5. However, there's a very low chance they fall out of the top 5. I think they have a 25% chance of being the first pick, and they have a 0.25% chance of being the lowest pick, if I'm not correct. If I am correct, my bad. So I think that would be interesting to see what happens if that plays out, honestly, because well, that would be, to be fair, something that I didn't know that, but that would be something interesting to see. Speaking about the NBA, even though this game didn't matter at all because I think the Grizzlies won. The Grizzlies did win as well. We're gonna play the Grizzlies. The Warriors gonna play the Grizzlies more specifically. Winner gets the 8th seed at this point and does not have to play in the first. Like they don't not have to play in the direct elimination, so they can hope for maybe the 7th or 8th seed. And I would be playing the Lakers though. Speaking of the Lakers, they have 2 games left: Pacers and Pelicans. And maybe we end up playing the Trailblazers since they play the Nuggets, and I think that's going to be a loss for them. So maybe just maybe we can finish. Maybe we can beat if we play against the Trailblazers. I think we can beat them. Yeah, Thunder or Rockets. If the Rockets get the pick, then they might as well give him. If they get K, then trade away Wall, honestly, and then just try to see with which team you can build up some draft capital and stuff like that. So I mean, I think it's just try to get that draft capital and just see what happens. Yeah, that could be possible. That could be possible pick. I want to see what positions the Warriors need. Let me see. What will we need this coming? So we keep the Timberwolves pick if they don't land in the top. Timberwolves are really bad now, so we could end up getting two really good seat picks. So if they do not finish in the top 3 lottery, the Timberwolves, then we get that pick, and we get that pick. Oh, and the Timberwolves just blew out the Magic, and the Pistons, Cavaliers, and Thunder all lost. So Minnesota, like, they have the 6th worst roster, 6th worst record. So I have an 11.2 chance being number 4, 0 point number 5. So the T-Wolves, let me check what games the T-Wolves have, because they are not going, because 22 and 48. So, hey, Sportster, thank you for coming. Yeah, I know. I mean, Clay. I mean, it's just like I feel bad for him because like he keeps getting injured, and it just feels bad for him though. But to be completely honest. So there is a chance that the T-Wolves can fall to 14th. No, they would be 22 and 51. And since that would be 22 and 51, they would be the 3rd worst team. It would be the 3rd worst team. Yeah, that's really true. He's been bad. He's been in injury situation time and time again. If he was actually healthy, he and more specific, the Warriors would be in a better position right now. But like his injuries are like not derailing, but like they're slowing down the amount of potentials that he can, like he can actually just. That he can just actually, play for more time. Like he doesn't have that much, time to play. Since he's injured, and he did like his career like is just flying past by him. Since, but. Okay. And okay, so let me see here. And yes, I did. Good. So for the Warriors to get a chance at the pick, they would need at a high pick. They would need for the T-Wolves to lose out and some bad teams to also win. Land 3rd worst and also be able to just land with a number. And like if they fall out of the top 3, like if they're not 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, the Warriors get the pick. So that is pretty good for us, as long as they do not stay in the top. As long as the lottery did not give them a top 3 pick, of course. So they would need OKC to win against the Clippers. Not really sure if that'll happen, but then let's see what the Cavs would play. Yeah, good point. Yeah, that makes a really good point. That makes a pretty good point there. By the way, I'm going to end the stream in a couple of minutes, and once I hit the 1 hour mark, I'm going to be ending the stream. By the way, It just says heads up. Yeah, honestly, that makes sense. Okay, let me see here. Something. Honestly, yeah. I think the T-Wolves could take that chance and draft Jalen Green. Yeah, he's been a pretty good player in the G League, so. He was the number one recruit in the 2020 class and ended up going to the G League, so. Give me a minute. So let me see if there's anyone else in the chat. If not, I'm just gonna end the stream because it's already been an hour. Ever was fun though. It was really fun to do it. So it would be Mannion, Poole, Peyton, Pascal, and Wiseman. I'm not gonna say really excited for that roster, but like I mean, I think that would be a pretty good roster, but I'm not gonna say like really excited roster. So like all our good players, all our stars would be gone. But I mean, it would be a pretty good thing to try with youngsters just to see if they're really, really good. Honestly. Honestly, I think Wiseman would be the best player on that roster, and maybe Jordan Poole as well could be a pretty influential player. Nick Mannion, he could become something, but if they all stay, of course, and and none of our draftees end up being starters, but you know. I think that's what's gonna happen, you know. Yeah, you're right. He did take over. He did take over the roster, and we gave him a lot of game experience that he needed, even if of course it played bad that year. However, yeah, we did give him some pretty good experience. So. So I mean, yeah, I think it's gonna happen. Anyway, thank you to everyone who watched the stream, and maybe I'll be able to film a video later, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Thanks for watching.